Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boy, what a weekend I had. Yeah, so what a weekend that I had by the time I'm recording this last week when I went to WrestleMania for the first time ever. It was a amazing experience. I got to go. Well, I had the privilege and the honor of being able to afford a priority pass for the event. I went with the gold priority pass right there because I wanted to get a chance to meet The Undertaker again, which I'll flash a photo of right here. And an amazing time. Me and my dad, we both got to take a photo with him together, and it was a really good time. Fun, exciting. Had a amazing time by getting a chance to go and meet The Undertaker. I've always wanted to go to WrestleMania, and I've always wanted to experience a Mania for the first time ever. So it was an amazing time had by both me and my dad and by all. Yeah, and got the chance to do a lot over there at WrestleMania. I'm sure you got to see the video I posted in shorts. I'll flash it up here too, of me walking the aisle for the first time ever as The Undertaker himself, and that was a lot of fun too. I got to enjoy being to walk down the aisle, be able to be The Undertaker. Whenever I do something like that, I don't half-ass that kind of thing. I actually go all out for that kind of thing, because I feel like, to me, it is so important to do that and do it justice than making it look goofy or look weird. I try to put everything and my all into performing. If it is like that, I try to put every part of... I try to make the best out of it, is what I'm trying to say. I try to make the best out of it and be the best at doing it, because I want to give that entrance some respect. Yes, that did just happen. I want to give that entrance the respect that it deserves, so I always do that. I always give it the respect that it deserves, and that's the way I just see it, is that. Nevertheless, it was a amazing night. Night one, I actually snapped a photo of the set for the show, and what's funny is that if you look down to about, I believe, the bottom left, you'll see a familiar face over there. Because right next to him is the guy's shoulder that you don't see, is Brandon Does Everything. Now, I didn't get the chance to actually go up to him and say hello. I would have loved to have done that, obviously, absolutely. I would have loved to have done that. I didn't. I just felt like he wouldn't want. Maybe he would, I don't know. I didn't want to bother him. I didn't want to, I'm an introvert like that. I don't like to bother people if they're doing something or talking to someone. That's just me. But But, you know, I was cool because I got to see him. He was there. and it was amazing. We get the chance to see him. And then, the show began. One thing about the show is that WWE. We gotta talk. Triple H. The chairs of where I was sitting, they were kind of like plastic folding chairs. They weren't really metal. They zip tied the chairs down or together, right, so you can't move them. The problem is the chairs kept moving. And basically we were in everybody's lap. Like, I'm not talking just me. Like, people in front of us, people behind us, people further back. The chairs kept moving. So that part sucked. Everybody was like, the chairs are moving. We're sitting in everybody's lap. Someone fix this. So, look, WWE, I gotta tell you something, man. There's gotta be a way to make it so those chairs don't move during a show like WrestleMania. Maybe, like, some way you, like, screw the things in and find a way to make sure they just stay where they are. That to me would probably be a little more better. I don't know if there's a way to probably do that, but I personally would rather think that you probably wouldn't want people sitting in other people's laps. I'm just saying. Nevertheless, but other than that, it was a fun night. Got to see Triple H. I got to see, Rhea Ripley. Amazing entrance. I had a feeling that Motionless in White did her music. An amazing time had there. Becky Lynch, amazing as always. She was incredible to watch. I'm getting ahead of myself. So the lounge, right? The lounge was really, really cool, really, really fun. Keep in mind, I've never done the priority pass before. I've never done the on location stuff before. So I didn't know what all you could do with that priority pass or on location stuff, because I was just like, what do I do? I've never done it before. I've never been on location before. So I guess you could get free drinks, free food while you're sitting there waiting to see a couple people, meet a couple people and such. I guess because I didn't know that, but you can apparently get free drinks, free food. They don't have just like beer or something. They have sodas, Coca-Cola, Sprite, that stuff. More Coca-Cola stuff than stuff like this. So, but there was that, and you have like guys going around, walking around, who are a part of WWE or superstars, who will walk around. And there's a line for like some of the bigger names, but there's also superstars walking around that don't have a line that you can basically meet if you want to immediately, if they're not too busy to. We also saw over there in the lounge. We saw Jimmy Hart. We saw the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, and that was cool. I didn't go up to him, but I've never thought I'd see Jimmy Hart up close and in person before. That was nuts to me. That was crazy. And yeah, I got to see Jimmy Hart live and in person. Shayna Baszler, the Street Profits got on like the bar itself and was like talking. I think the match was night 2, so this was night 1, and they were standing up on top of the bar that we were at. We were kind of like off to the side, and they got up. I at first didn't know it was Montez Ford, but then I saw Angelo Dawkins get up and was like, oh, okay, the Street Profits. They're here. Shayna Baszler was also there, meeting people and such, so that was cool. So night 1, then you had also like Triple H come out, and then obviously, like I said, Becky Lynch. I'll have to go back and remember some of them because I personally forget. But you had also like the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns tag team match with Cody and Seth, and Roman Reigns and The Rock. You had Jade Cargill and Naomi and Bianca Belair against the 3 other members of the Boogie Warriors who didn't have a title defense. Then you also have new tag team champions on both sides of the roster. You have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who are now SmackDown tag team champions, and R-Truth and The Miz are now the Raw tag team champions, which is amazing for them. Wonderful for, those two teams. But yes, the Judgment Day is no more the undisputed tag team champions. So that's done, right? Night 1, we left the building during the Roman Reigns, Rock, and Seth Rollins and Cody match because, unfortunately, our Uber was coming pretty soon. Set it for 11:30 instead of 12 o'clock, so we had to go. We had to go. By the way, Ubering, I'm just gonna be honest with you, Ubering sucks. Just straight up, Ubering sucks, especially leaving a big venue like that. Just throwing that out here, just saying, right? So, okay. Night 2 comes around, and the first match is Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. And that was a pretty good match. It was an amazing match. Drew McIntyre got the win on Seth Rollins. He taunted CM Punk, who was at ringside, who came down for the announcing and the broadcasting of that match. He attacks Drew McIntyre, because I guess he's not as injured anymore. He's not injured. I don't know. But, so, and then Damian Priest runs out, throws the Money in the Bank contract towards the referee. He cashes in, pins Drew. 1, 2, 3. Your new World Heavyweight Champion is Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. So when they lose one, they gain another. Then we move on to the Street Profits match with Karrion Kross and his group, the New Testament, if I'm correct. So then we move on to their match, and it was a good match too. Bubba Ray Dudley actually came out for that match, and that's interesting. That was pretty cool. So, Karrion Kross in the match decided to shove Bubba Ray Dudley, which you never mess with one of the Dudleys. So, Karrion Kross found that out the hard way, by the way. So anyway, he got planted through a table. 1, 2, 3. The winner was the almighty Bobby Lashley and his crew with the Street Profits. Then, if I'm correct, we then turn our attention to LA Knight, who was facing AJ Styles. And those guys just straight up went right at it. Like it was on. When they both got out there, it was on. It was on. It was like Austin and The Rock at WrestleMania, 17, I believe, not 15. They just went. They just went. It was on. It was on. So back and forth, those guys were destroying each other that night, and I mean just straight up destroying each other that night, and just beating each other down. LA Knight got the win on that night. And, when it was LA Knight, he needed that win. He needed that win bad. Then it came in, I believe it was the Logan Paul, Orton, and Kevin Owens match. Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens is hilarious, especially when he offered to take Randy Orton down via a go-kart he drove down, right? He backed it up. He went to Randy Orton. He was like, get on. And Randy Orton got on. And, off they went to the ring. So that was really, really fun to watch. Then, that match went down. It was a no disqualification match because there was 3 guys in the ring. So you had, it was an ODQ. So they fought relatively close. Well, it's not too close, but close enough to where, yeah. And then, Logan Paul won the match, right? He won the match, and, Logan Paul, retains the title. So then I believe we are on to Bayley versus Io. Bayley and Io had also a pretty good match too. They had some pretty good matches for that one. It was a really good match as well. Bayley won the match. She is now the women's champion and has beaten Io Sky to become the new champion. And then came the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. They got rid of the Universal part. The Universal part is done. And those two had a very, very, very good match. Bloodline rules because The Rock and Roman Reigns won night one. Night one's main event. So those two went at it, beat each other down, wailed on each other. They were wailing on each other, man. Then you had people coming out to help Roman and Cody Rhodes. First was Jimmy to interfere for Roman. Then it came out Jay. Then came out Solo. Then came out John Cena. Then came out The Rock. And then, surprise, out came The Undertaker. The Undertaker made an appearance that night. And he basically took care of The Rock. And chokeslammed him. And then Cody Rhodes hit the Crossroads 1, 2, 3 times, and your new WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. What an amazing WrestleMania. My first ever WrestleMania. I don't even think that I'll be able to go to a WrestleMania ever again. I don't think so. Unless we can get a WrestleMania Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm just saying. A WrestleMania Pittsburgh? I'm just saying. A WrestleMania Pittsburgh would be nice. I would love to have a WrestleMania in Pittsburgh. Don't have to worry about the priority pass stuff and Ubering. You guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I will update you when I receive whatever it is I'm getting from WWE. And yeah, I'll let you know what happens. See you all later, and talk to you all again very soon.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty more Sapphire the Succubus content in the future. Until then, bye for now.